Black and blue, I crawl alone. The wreckage of what now is gone. Back to you to fight another day. I'll go on and on and on and on. I'll face it, the demons I created. With every last part of me, the pain will fade, and I'll go on and on and on and on. Black and blue, I crawl to you. Black and blue, I crawl to you.
We're live.
Hello, everybody.
Kaichi!
Welcome to the episode about reaction videos.
where we
This is the
talk about-
15th episode. This is the 15th episode.
Woohoo!
Now, this episode because it's gonna get ugly.
Yes, we've decided that this is the episode that's either gonna make or break the series.
We don't know. Hopefully our opinions don't really go through agony.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hopefully we're not at each other's throats that much.
Hopefully.
Yeah, alright, so what should we start talking about with this topic?
Let's start about how the entire reaction video scene came into YouTube.
Because
Alrighty.
in early YouTube, videos ran rampant. Like all 7 different categories. It was nutso, kaboingo, tubular, outdated slang.
Yeah, so what happened was people decided to grab their old cameras and record their reactions to their videos for the world to all to see. It was kind of like ranting that way.
What?
It was kind of like
Yeah.
watching a rant in that way. Like you're watching a guy's opinion on the video in real-time
Yeah.
form.
Well, like, yeah, it's pretty much like if you're doing a gaming video, but instead of just playing the game, you just watch something and commentate on it.
Yeah.
Before reaction videos, there was a thing called Reply Girls. Reply Girls are girls that they use the name of the video in their title, they talk about what they think of the video, and they typically have the boobulars.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but here's the thing with reaction videos. Reaction videos are special because they actually have the video playing in its entirety while the guy in a corner watches it. That has been controversial.
Well,
Yep.
well,
In terms of monetization,
the one with the guy in the corner is controversial. The one with the videos in the corner and the guy's the 90% of the screen, that's fine.
Yep.
hey GH, poop!
Crap.
As you may know, the YRC is based around these kinds of videos. The YouTube reactionary community.
Yeah, the YouTube reactionary
That's literally
community.
what the whole
That's,
which was founded under 2 people, Ryan Lamothe and Andrew Schurhart, also known as ACE, ACT
8113.
111. Yeah.
Sadly, those 2 people are no longer with us.
face.
Well, Ryan Lamothe is still online. He just barely
Well-
shows up. He barely talks.
Now,
He used to
Well,
be.
they're just not in the
He used
group
to message
anymore.
on Hangouts, but he's Discord apparently.
let me explain. Those 2 may have founded the YRC, but the YRC actually has one person that's above it, and he's technically the king. BSL.
Yes, along with Abraham Fuchs as well, but that was around 2016 and through 18.
Yeah. BSL is probably the most popular reactor in our community.
Right now,
It's
At least right
surprising that he's just finally now starting to make new videos. After
well,
2 years of being dormant.
Well, it's not really shocking to me because that's what he is now. Because he told me in a live stream before that the reason why he doesn't upload that much is because the reason he takes a while to upload is because he has a job, and in this job just really doesn't let him focus on making reactions that much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because really, like,
Like look at Jodan, for example. Look at Jodan, who's also a great example of a of the second best YRC reactor. Like right now, he hasn't made a video for how long, Decent?
for like a year or so, because the thing with Jodan is that he goes to like this prestigious college, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, and that has a buttload of work that Jodan often brings upon himself. So what he has to do is do all that work and put his channel on the back burner.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's BS. That's how BSL is too. He has a job, and his just like what Jordan does. His whole entire channel is just channel stuff, just off the track. In some
One
ways.
thing I always find interesting about Jodan is that even when he's taking all these breaks to do schoolwork and all that, the production quality of his videos never goes down. It's just about as epic as they've always been.
Yeah, the thing with Joda54 is that he likes to make his reaction videos very well produced. Like, he puts in skits and everything, kind of like the Improvables do, another great example of a reactor.
Yeah, but they're gone.
Exactly. Exactly, but the thing with Jodan is that he keeps on doing those kinds of skits, and also, too, he makes it so that his reaction videos are very well produced. He uses green screen and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, go ahead.
People watch reaction videos for the reaction to the original video. Jodan I always come back for the extra stuff, because the stuff he puts in on his own is really good.
Yeah, especially his skits. Like, he really knows how to tell a story.
Yeah.
I know
As well, he also does seasons. Just like how how produced shows do. They do seasons. That's what he does to the reactions. He does seasons.
Yeah,
Yeah, Improbables that season.
exactly.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So yeah, Jordan got inspiration from the Improbables. Like me, I got inspiration from BSL, and Rappa got inspiration from the Improbables. And Decent is just a guy that helped contribute in Jordan's intros.
Yeah, like but here's the thing though with the Improvables. Like, the reason I know about them is because of the Improvables and how great the reaction videos were. So now that once I found out that they were gone, I found the replacement, Joda54. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah, and you made the intros. You eventually made his intros. When was the first time you made his intro? In what season?
Oh boy, I get to talk about my intro work in depth. Alright, so I made my first intro for Joda54 around late 2016. I was hyped for his new season, Joda54 Reacts, Season 4 Reactive, and I decided, hey, why don't I make an intro? So I downloaded this program called NCH VideoPad, where you could actually do, legit editing things, aside from the troll videos that I just did at the time. So what I did was, I got some image of Joda54's logo, grabbed the Xbox intro, and grabbed the background, and put it together to make my first intro for Joda54.
Oh boy.
And it debuted around February 27th-ish. Or, wait, when did Joda54 start Season 4? I don't know. But whenever that happened.
2017.
Exactly.
Yeah, around that reaction, I think he did a Drake and Josh collab reaction.
God, one of the final things.
Yeah, so let's talk about the popular reactors, the ones that are mainstream. We're gonna talk about the YRC ones later, but let's talk about the mainstream. Tix knows about the mainstream reactors.
Yeah, let's talk about the belated, the once great, the controversial one, Charmex. Let's talk about
Charmex.
Yeah,
Charmex.
Go ahead.
Charmex, it's kind of funny that he's like the only popular reactor who does YTP reactions, but he never joined into the YRC, even after he quit. Even before he quit, like he was never part of the YRC. It's kind of weird that he never joined the YRC, because the YRC are known for reactors that are actually YTPs. And this is a good example of the most mainstream YTP reactor.
Yeah, and here's my experience with Charmex. Like, I checked out his channel at one point, like, oh great, awesome, another great reactor. But then I realized once I saw his intro, I was like, oh my god, this is the most generic YouTuber of all time. The most generic music, the most generic intro.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, it's
Oh, yeah,
literally
his
the...
intro.
Yeah,
It didn't-
Charmix's
Charmix-
intro...
You could have done better, decent. You could have done better if you actually
Yeah,
even give an intro for Charmix.
yeah, I wanted to make one, but I couldn't figure out a way to make it better than the old one, because it was well produced, but it just gives the vibe of, oh my god, this is the most generic YouTuber of all time.
The thing about
Yeah,
Charmix
the
is-
song, the music, yeah, just the music.
It's literally just- Yeah, like, I have heard that song everywhere. And heard songs like
Yeah.
that everywhere.
It's non-copy. Apparently, it's non-copyrighted music he found, and he said, "Okay, I should put this."
Yeah, and then whenever you hear some music like that, you think of Charmix. And here's the thing: didn't Charmix have like cancer or something?
No, he. I don't know if he had cancer or anything, because I remember he had hair. If you seen the tips of his beanie, but like,
Yeah, but I do. Yeah. 'cause,
well,
like,
I don't know, like,
yeah,
I don't
well,
know. He might have had hair loss or anything like that. I don't know what happened to Charmix. I don't know much about Charmix, if he had that or I don't know.
The thing about Charmix is like his reactions. They can range. Like it's like a big range. That can either be really good or I've noticed sometimes that like some of them are just lackluster.
Well, yeah, his early stuff was kind of like that. His early reactions, though, when he had the clean shaved face.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, when I first saw when I saw Charms the first time, like when he did, I just seen one of his lackluster reactions. Like his lackluster reactions were just, I don't know, like he was just watching the video sometimes, and just sometimes he had some laughs, but just most of the time it was just
Blankly staring
silent.
at the screen.
yeah.
now, before I talk about the next one, I want to talk about a little minor one that's not technically. He's not technically part of the YRC, but he's someone I've watched. Kushiwa.
Kushiwa, yeah, about
And,
that guy, the beard, Mr. Beardo himself.
Yeah, I have no idea what the hell Kurshawa even is, so I'm gonna stay silent.
Here's the thing.
Yeah,
about-
Kushiwa, go ahead, Tix.
Here's the thing. There were two reasons you would ever watch Kushiwa, because he only reacted to two things: SMG4 and Super Mario Logan, which I'm going
Yeah.
to talk about in the next episode.
I remember when he since we're talking about the plush, I'm getting a little preview what happened. Like I remember when Lavelle was just talking bad about GameCube dude Kushwa at
Oh,
one point
God.
stopped doing SML reactions.
Oh, the GameCube dude fiasco.
Yeah, but we're gonna talk about the next video.
Yeah,
But yeah, let's just talk about what Kushwa he usually did SMG4.
And
SML. He also did some YTPs too. He did the Jalber YTPs.
Yeah, and the thing about is like he was the only thing I know about him is when he got disgusted by something, he really went overboard, like almost overacting. Like he would act
Yeah.
all, like, and that's what got always made me funny. Like every time there was something mildly disgusting, wasn't even that gross, he would flip out.
Yeah, Kushwa. Yeah, later on in 2018, he just vanished in terms of the reactions, and he just focused on gaming stuff with
Yeah.
with his friends.
And actually, I was kind of upset when that happened because I liked his reactions. But the thing is, easy come, easy go. Okay, let's talk about another big one. One that's, in my opinion, is like the biggest fall from height ever. Blasphemous HD. Or as how he used to call himself, Blasphemous H Dizzle. Like, he was one of my favorites. But unfortunately, like, this is what happened. Like, he used to tell vivid stories about what happened to him in the real world, and some of them are very graphic. And he used to react to everything. He would when he used to react to YTPs, he used to react to Cyanite and Happiness, which he was one of the only reactors who did so, which is why I liked him. and then he had like 3 million subscribers, and then wham, his channel got terminated.
What happened to his channel?
The stories. Remember I told you about how we used to tell vivid stories?
Oh,
What happened in
yeah.
real life?
Didn't he? In terms of him reacting to everything, what was the one thing he just started reacting to exclusively now?
Family Guy.
Now, here's the thing. I can understand. You watch a few clips as like 1 or 2 reaction videos, like once in a gigantic while. Here's what I don't expect. You react to them every week. The same clips of every show, episode. All the way. You have 270 episodes of him just laughing out loud at Family Guy. No one laughs at Family Guy that much. No one.
Yeah, the new
Unless,
seasons.
Like, well,
Or like Nick, for example. Nick
Yeah, but-
Master.
I mean, at least they're good as reaction videos, at least.
Yeah, but we're never reacting to Family Guy clips ever.
Ooh.
Only for YTPs.
yeah,
we
or
actually
any
did.
Fox property because like being on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised our Tough Puppy collab reaction didn't get taken down at this point.
What about the last Raw, the 69? None
Yeah,
of the
that's what I'm-
apparently we
that's
didn't
what
get flagged. We didn't get flagged either.
Yeah, like we didn't even get flagged when we showed, real titties.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
let's just say that we got lucky.
Yep.
Okay.
We're gonna talk big reactors that are no longer with us. What about Etika?
Oh man. Oh,
Oh boy.
this is where we're getting into risky territory. I've never seen Etika.
Etika was a very prominent Nintendo reactor, I believe.
Oh yeah, I remember he actually reacted to the Jalibur YTP, the sex joke event Horizon
God,
when it just came
everyone-
out.
Are you talking about the Joy-Con Boys guy that committed suicide?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had really bad mental health problems, and he never came clean about them.
Oh my god. Rip. I mean, I've seen a couple of Etika's commentary videos, and they were pretty entertaining. But I never seen any of his reactions.
Yeah. Like, honestly, I've always seen him as like a meme. Like, they cut out his reaction and put it on anything Smash Bros. Related.
Yeah, basically.
That's what I want too, but it's like, it seems a little, yeah, it's a sad thing. And it's just, now suicide is not a joke. And we're gonna talk about some other people we know that went into depression because of, and came very close to that later on in the video. So next up, what else do we have for big reactors? Like, come on guys, we gotta think.
Were the Improbables big? Or is that just our level still?
We're
That's just we talk about the YRC level stuff in terms of YTP years.
Yeah, like I was thinking, do I dare mention Jinx?
Jinx. Oh, I hated that.
Mm,
Oh,
That's
you-
Jinx is an
which-
example of a bad reactor.
Yeah, the kind of people that just
Yeah.
stare blankly at the screen.
yeah,
for laughs.
And then there's also Chavez Slovakia. That's also a reactor. He was friends with BSL and Blasphemous HD.
you want to talk about Bad Reactor? Soulflaw, Antonio, CJ So Cool, Tyro Magnus.
Oh my god, those are great examples as well.
Wait, say it slow again. I didn't catch all that.
Soulflow Antonio, Tyro Magnus.
Oh,
CJ
boy.
So Cool.
So that's 3 reactors that technically don't.
What about Gator Martin?
Never heard of him. And I don't want to hear about him.
Like, basically, once the stigma started spreading around, for one of them, once the stigma started spreading around that reactors were making money off other people's hard work, CJ So Cool doubled down, took those phrases in pride, like saying shit like, time to make money off your hard work, or something like, you should be applauding us. All you do is just sit here, react videos, and you make this much money?
There's also Charlie White.
Like-
He's one of those people who reacts to the pony stuff, and he's apparently in our server. So that's another.
Hey, Ampage, talk about what? Can you talk about the best MOP reactors, GH? That you know?
I remember that I don't remember any individual Brony reactors apart from maybe the Improbables, but I do know that some of the most prominent members of the community have one combined show called Bronies Reacts.
Wasn't
now-
Saber Spark part of it?
Saber Spark, AC Race Best, at one point Animated James, and sometimes Little Shy FIM. And then there's Dusty Cat, who is the manliest man in the world. He's a brony too.
Oh boy. Like, the way I see it is that, like, we're trying to retread the My Little Pony episode because we don't want to have to face the fact that we're going to have to talk about personal things now.
Okay, let's try a different thing. I actually made a video some years back about reaction videos. Maybe we could watch that and see what's worth agreeing to still, what holds true today, and what I could probably go back and clear up on or something.
Wasn't it from the Michael Sestings? I said Miguel, but Michael Sestings series?
I don't.
Yeah, it was in my Michael Sestings playlist.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a good idea.
Yeah. So, what about the big mainstream reactors that are they just hire a lot of people, kids, adults, teenagers. You know what I'm talking about. You know which one.
The problem with talking about mainstream reactors is that when you go too far, you get into the area of mainstream YouTubers, because a lot of those same people that speak out against the reaction videos, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, Markiplier, and the like, they start going on and doing reaction videos of their own later, about a couple years down the line.
Here's the thing,
Yeah, when I was about to talk about the Fine Brothers.
Yeah, God, I was just about to get to
Oh
that.
boy.
We have to talk about the infamous Fine Brothers.
Oh boy, I actually love the Fine Brothers when they didn't react to videos and just showed the kids, teens, adults, whatever, random shit. I would love the reactions that they would have, and it gave you a bit of perspective.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, those old ones, those were cool. And then there's the Poppy Saga.
The only reason I know about the Fine Brothers is actually not because of their reaction video. It's because of an Annoying Orange episode where they both played one piece of corn.
Of course.
Why?
And the thing with the Fine Brothers is that with their reaction videos, they actually edit the videos to highlight the comments that their audience would have. So I guess it's not. Yeah, at least at that point, because the Fine Brothers, they're not technically reaction videos in the strict sense, but since they edit their videos.
Yeah, and we're gonna.
Yeah.
I remember some
But even
reactor in
then-
the. Go ahead.
Even then, though, there was one thing that the Fine Bros do that little to no other reactors do. They go to the people they want to use the clips from and ask permission.
Exactly, but that was only after a fiasco that we gotta talk about. React World.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh, that trademark. That fucking trademark. My God.
They tried to trademark the word react.
Oof.
Yeah. I knew this was trouble because Bronies React was starting to see takedowns because of these fuckers, and once the backlash hit and the subscriber count was bleeding, that's when they realized, oops.
Now here's the thing about Yeah, I have to mention it. I'm sorry. Not only did not only did Reaction World happen, but they did another stupid thing. They got a show on Nickelodeon. That's what we're talking about. React to that because it's not gonna fit in the sitcom episode.
It was short-lived, and then I think it lives on another channel now.
Yeah, when it comes to the yeah, I was talking about there is some YRC reactor. They actually did the same style. They try to emulate the style of the Fire Brothers. It was Congeal who just reacted to the YT people, just ended up cutting the parts.
Yeah, like I was trying to mention is that like my issue with React to that on Nickelodeon is twofold. One, it's just Nickelodeon being stupid again and catching on trends, and two, you want to know what makes good reaction videos? Reacting to stuff that like is not Nickelodeon appropriate.
Oof, that like NFL on Nickelodeon actually had that same issue where they actually tried to take an adult thing and somehow kidify it when you can't really do that.
Yeah, just spamming.
Yeah.
Just spamming.
It led to that one thing that shouldn't have happened but did happen.
Yeah, just spamming gifs of SpongeBob and Lincoln Loud everywhere. Like, really, that's not.
It's funny they go so far to kidify it, they forget to cover things up.
Oof.
God.
The spot of the foul. The fuck?
Yeah, you want to know? It could have worked if they really wanted. Why don't they just use the dolphin sound?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
here's...
Chad Plurick actually used a dolphin sound.
Yeah. Alright, now
Well,
let's...
yeah,
Go ahead, Tonio.
Yeah, in terms of the mainstream media, like, yeah, you know, the left side of the things, but like,
Yeah.
but like, you know, Nickelodeon, you know, they try to do kind of like reaction type of stuff because since the pandemic started and like, they try to do like edited stuff, which not really is that great because it's just, you know,
Yep.
bad.
Another thing
Like,
is that
Like they have the show name Unfiltered where they just try to guess who's this person, you know.
yeah, and
Yeah.
also we need to talk. Yeah, we need to talk about. Yeah,
Go-
we need to.
Go
we need
ahead.
to talk, yeah, before we talk about the smaller things, we need to talk about why some bigger YouTubers decide to do reaction videos themselves, and why that's considered okay. Like,
Yeah.
like,
I think it's mainly because that... Ooh, we have an opinion, they don't! Like, come on, just move outside the fucking mainstream and look at the YRC for fuck's sake. Like, we have opinions on shit. We're talking about it right now.
yeah, and the thing is,
I mean,
yeah, like, I don't understand. Like, do you know that PewDiePie actually used to play video games? Now he just sort of vlogs and reacts.
well, he still plays video games on his live shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, like, and you know how Employment said that he doesn't like he's so upset that his reactions to his YTPs were getting monetized, but his original videos were monetized. Yeah, he actually just opposed reaction videos altogether.
Yeah, but here's the thing with Emblemen. That wasn't always the case. Back before the stigma surrounding reaction videos was a thing, Emblemen actually shouted out the Improbables at one point. No joke.
Yeah.
Here's evidence.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
In the description, you'll find an old interview with Emblemen where he actually said, ooh, my favorite reactors are the Improbables.
Yeah, and
Yeah, like, despite not being big, the Improbables were very influential. In fact, my origin, I used to be an Improbables re-upload channel because
Yes.
they lost all their videos at one point, and I had them.
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's funny stories that like when the funny story. At first, I thought I was kind of it was soon enough that I thought you were the Improbables page, but I didn't realize it wasn't you. It wasn't you weren't the Improbables because you started uploading content by yourself now, and then people seem not to watch your content because they only came here for the Improbables, which is kind of
Yeah.
upsetting.
Yeah, later,
Yeah.
yeah, more and more people left and lost interest when I started like privating the re-uploads because the original Improbables actually came back and started re-uploading the re-uploads. So I just privated them on my end so they could go watch the original channel.
And also, did you also start losing subscribers when you rebranded from the Neo Improbables Classic to Neo Improbables Mike Page?
First I was in Improbables Classic when I was re-uploading the things and making the memes. Then I became Classic/Neo when I started my own reaction show. Then I became Neo Improbables Mike Page when I got rid of some of the classics and started making my own identity. And then I dropped the Improbable shit entirely when I just decided to just keep going on my own path.
Yeah, I actually remember when I called you Neo at one point on page.
Mr. Neo.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I liked when people called me Neo back then, and still a little bit today because it sounds cool.
Yeah, along with all the aliases that M-Page has, Mr. Neo.
Yeah, Neo is from the Reaction Days. Wildcard is from some of the Brony servers I'm in. M-Page is I present myself on the internet.
GH.
And then all the other... Yeah, that's my Xbox handle and my Twitter handle.
Rockbot.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a shortened version that I use on Steam and Discord and all that.
As
Yeah.
as you know by this, as you know by this video now that GH has a lot of aliases.
It's like even when I tell people my name, they don't want to call me by my name, so just give them an alias and everything's fine.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about a past alias I had next episode.
Oh boy.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Alright, should we move on to water sewer reactors now?
Yeah,
Let's move on to let's move on to RS2 reactors. Just say honorable mentions.
Yeah, here's the thing about YRC reactors. We talked about all the bigger reactors. We have to talk about. I had to take a risky gamble, and now we're gonna have to talk about our community.
Oh boy. Let's start off with M-Page's own reactions. And let's talk about them.
Oh boy.
Yeah. When I first started, I wasn't that good, but I got better over time. Like I figured myself like in the beginning, I was known as the Neo Improbables because in my head Neo meant new. So like if I'm gonna do improbable things, I might as well make new Improbables because I don't know if the Improbables are coming back. Like I'm a new generation. Me and Chris, we're gonna react to things and be haha funny. And at first the dynamic worked. I was the funny guy saying things and Chris was the boomer that was confused by everything.
Yeah. Kind of like how Nick is the boomer that's confused by everything today.
Yeah. Definitely. Nick is our age.
So yeah, but by the time you're joining the YRC, you brought in some other friend.
After a while, Orion. He joined the group because like he was wondering where the hell I was when I wasn't talking to him. So yeah, that was a brief stint, but he was just like a guest to me. He was not a reactor.
So
but anyway,
that's the only reason Orion joined.
Yeah, basically because he was tagging with me. Anyway, back to my reactions though. After a while, Chris started getting jobs and had less time to hang out with me. So I was kind of like keeping the seat warm with like teeny tiny reactions until something came around where I could restart the show fresh. And now gaming's my strongest point, but I still do reactions, and I've actually since started doing M-Page Engage, which is just me.
Yes, and you reacted to my stuff, which I'm gonna stop. What about Digi? Hey Digi, you want to talk about how you got into the group?
Yeah.
Would you rather I tell?
Digi, we want you to talk about how you ended up in our little group.
Basic idea for me is I joined this group just mostly because of Wildcard introduced me to you guys.
Yeah, because, like, the whole reason that Digi is in our group is because we were tired of Digi constantly calling MP for some reason.
Yeah, like it's like I'm either one call or another, and Digi like eventually I decided it'd be better if I just got you all to know each other. Like screw it, put you all in a group together, and like I don't know how you feel. I don't know how y'all feel about Digi as a whole, but the one vibe I'm getting is that he makes me happy, and you like that. And one of our former members did not like that,
Yeah, he is.
or at least
yeah.
from what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the next reactor, who's now Dan 101 reacts. Let's talk about him, DC. You probably know more about it.
Yeah, the thing with Dan is
He
that...
is now DPO archive.
Yeah, the thing...
now DT Archive.
Exactly. Like, here's my experience with Dan. Like, Dan was the first indication that I got that Jordan 54 wasn't just his own person. He was the first piece of evidence that the YRC existed for me. Like, once I saw Dan and that he did reaction videos because of the early thing with the duck, Dan actually seemed to be a very funny person, and he actually seemed to be be an alright reactor. I mean, at least with Dan, like, he knows when to, not release something. Like, for example, if he just sits there doing nothing, like, he'll point that out, he'll make that clear. Like, Dan was an alright reactor.
Now, from what
Dan was the one that pushed me. Dan was the one that referred me here, pushed me out of my comfort zone. It was my first internet call. Google Hangouts was the first VoIP service I ever used, and it was because of you guys I used it.
Yeah, but for now, what is Dan doing now? Now Dan is a woman now.
Yeah, she is a trans woman, and she is a hell of a lot more politically active than she used to be. Like, back when she was in the YRC, during her last years as a YRC member, he actually, brought our attention to all sorts of political issues, and he gave the YRC a bit of a direction as to where to go.
Like, I'd say his political identity changed as she grew up. Like, when I first met him, he was like a left-leaning centrist, and now she seems to be radical left.
Basically, yes.
Yeah, should we talk about some of our newest or brave members?
Okay, let me talk about me. So you know how, hey DC, you know how in my old Jackbox name, Bark, yeah, that used to be my name, but later I decided to be Tonio because I wanted more of me. So my reactions first I actually doing into the very, bad way because I didn't have no editing software back then, so I did screen recorder, and the screen recorder was pretty bad in my early days.
I thought.
So
Yeah.
like I also that one point I recorded on my phone. Yeah, those were the roast kind of hard times. But later when I got this computer, when I started using this computer, I did reactions on my computer. And for my own opinion, I'm more like BS. I'm like BSO level, along with a little bit of at least mature. Like I like mature, but sometimes I kind of will react a little bit. But I'm mostly more BSO. In your opinion, decent.
Yeah, like, here's where I get to talk about my opinion on BSL. You see how this episode could go wrong? Well, I'm gonna say it right now. BSL is not a good reactor in my opinion. He kinda sucks. Mainly because he doesn't really react at all. He just stares blankly at the screen for like multiple seconds, and whenever he makes a comment, it's just, heh, that's kind of funny, heh, why are you doing this, heh, why are you doing this? Like, BSL doesn't really react that much.
Well, that used to be me a lot most of the time when I did reactions. Like, then when I started doing that, like, some people were just being like, "Oh my God, you're just a BSO woman." Kind of BSO just because I have a little bit influence on it, but like, Well, like in terms of like stuff, but in terms of other stuff, I have different. I actually do have different,
Reaction styles.
React. Yeah, I have a mix between Abraham Folks and BSO.
Yeah, like I've noticed, because Chonyo, you're actually a pretty good reactor now, in my opinion. Judging
Yeah.
by Raw
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got a lot of good Kurt.
quips.
Now,
yeah. As long for my equipment, I need to improve my equipment because my camera's so fucking terrible.
Yeah, like I can, like you barely, stand out from the background at all. You blend into the background most of the time.
Yeah, they pretty much. I look like more of those reactors that just barely show the face. It's more like just like you, Decent.
Yeah.
yeah, and technically,
Yeah, the difference is like when you show your face, it looks presentable and you're still excited about things. And when D-Sim shows his face, he's like, "Hide me, I'm a Sasquatch."
here's the thing, audience. D-Sim doesn't show his face ever, and he wants to keep it that way. So don't ask him to do it.
Yeah, don't ask him to do it because
Yeah,
he has privacy.
If
he
you
has
consider
he
what
has
I just
privacy.
said about his face a spoiler, that's the only spoiler you're getting.
He's like Miss Bellum that way.
Mm.
But a poor BSO, like he's mostly of a chilled reactor. Like he's not that like the Abraham Folks level.
Only thing,
Yeah.
BSL was my exposure to the YRC.
BSO was just it was the person that was my influence and just made me know what the YRC is, and pretty
Well,
much became one of the administrators along with Decent. Because the story with Decent being the main minister is that Ace, who was still the owner, just gave the ownership to Decent.
Yeah, and he didn't really give me any kind of guidance, so I just rebuilt the whole Google Plus page in my own image, and people didn't really seem to like that, so activity on the YRC kinda crashed because of my decisions, kinda, and when I tried to get everyone onto the Discord, that kinda, I don't know, failed.
Yeah, this reminds me. This reminds me when Craig McCracken gave the whole entire control to Chris Savino, and you know what happened.
Yeah. And at this point, the YRC is a very tightly knit group of like 7 people. That's it.
Yeah.
And the thing of
I mean, like, there's Ace's YRC and there's D-Sim's YRC. Ace's YRC is dead. D-Sim's YRC is the YRC now. But, like, no matter what people say, like, I don't think any particular group is more fun than the other in general. Of course, I prefer D-Sim's YRC. It has more games in it, but that's just
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
was
well, like
that-
the start of Decent's YRC, it's like around early 2018, around like late 2017 during the New Year streams when Ampage introduced us to this game.
Yep, to Jackbox. Like, M-Page introduced us to Jackbox, and that's how the YRC as we know it today really started to form. Like, the older YRC live streams were just us talking about shit and just shooting the shit, kind of like how we do Discord calls, but eventually it became these super elaborately themed, very well planned
Yes.
out game fests.
Parodies.
now since we have to talk.
Right?
Now, before we talk about Abraham, we have to talk about our former leader, the one that actually inspired me for many of the things I do now. Ace.
Ace.
Well, the thing with Ace, yeah, Ace's reactions, they pretty much are similar to BSO.
Honestly,
A little
Ace,
bit.
Ace had
Kinda.
a lot. You know what Ace reminds me of? He reminds me of that guy who always gets stoned.
Just like, just like how I have bad equipment, he also had bad equipment too. Like he had the, like in his his last reaction, like his microphone was really bad. His like webcam was also bad too. Like he was like me too, just having bad equipment for.
Yeah, but here's the thing with Ace. Like, you could still make out his face. Like, his room was well lit, and that was all it needed.
Another
Yeah.
Another thing about Ace is that he.
I'll admit the camera quality and like
Yeah,
while
pretty
he's
like-
not here, I will admit something candid. His
Yeah.
camera quality and his face kind of scared the shit out of me a little bit because it gave me Columbine vibes.
Oh
Yeah, and you would be correct to have those Columbine vibes, because Ace is really into the whole true crime thing.
And the thing
Yeah.
And
Right.
Ace was my outlet into the reaction community.
Yeah, you told me you told me that you helped him make most of his YTPs
Yeah,
except for Danny Chops.
Yeah, a lot of them. He only made like a few of them by himself. And I was his puppet master for a lot of his lot of his other creations.
Yeah. So like
Like-
go ahead, GH.
Looking back at Ace, nowadays I can kind of compare him to one of my real life cousins, will not be named, but just like my cousin, it's like they don't really understand what I'm about or what I do, but they'll jam with it anyway, and that's kind of their general attitude in like group settings. Like they're like they don't really know what's going on, but they're like, yeah, I can dig it, I can get in on this, and then he genuinely has funny things to say. Some of our best
Yeah.
moments in YRC Gaming, a dead project, were from him actually.
Oh yeah, YRC Gaming. Let's talk about that, Decim.
Oh boy, like this is not even about reaction videos anymore. This is about the WRC. Fuck it. Let's see.
Yeah,
Let's.
we'll make this part brief. We'll make this part brief.
All right,
yeah.
let's talk about WRC gaming for a brief moment. Go ahead, M-Page.
Basically what happened was, for a brief moment in time, since the YRC was getting into this gaming thing and we were all getting good vibes about it, I thought it'd be a good idea, since we had like a Brony YRC branch at the time, to also have a gaming branch. I made a whole Discord server for it. It eventually got its own channel, its own big shows, little shows of clip shows and things like that. But ultimately, with the servers and the vibe we had, it was kind of unsustainable as a show.
Yeah.
The thing is that YRC Gaming had quite a bit of production value to it, and it was unsustainable to make a video, even one video every week. Like, only 9 videos were ever put on the YRC Gaming channel over 7 months.
I still have the archive
Yeah,
in my.
Yeah, not
In
to
my
toot our horn,
files.
but like the production value kind of rivaled Jodan a little bit, except with clip shows.
Exactly.
Yeah, in terms of being active, like we barely even upload a lot. We just upload for like when we first uploaded, we uploaded for like a couple weeks, but later we took a lot of months to make a new video, and then it resulted to us scrapping the idea. Let's just end the idea of YRC Gaming and make this, the channel we're right now.
But
YRC
that-
Network.
Yeah, but the death of YRC Gaming sparked new things that provocatively meant let this community go back to its roots, yet still keeping the gaming part in there.
Exactly.
YRC
Like, that was
Yeah,
my idea
the
with
show-
Raw.
The shows we have-
Yeah,
the shows we have now are pretty much everything we ever did and everything we'll continue to do.
exactly.
And also SmackDown, like for SmackDown, it's pretty much the old classic YRC live streams vibe,
Yeah.
where we just talk about stuff.
Yeah, like, my idea with YRC Raw was to basically adapt the calls we had back then into a weekly show, and some of that really came to fruition with bringing back reactions to the YRC and keeping the gaming from YRC Gaming, but the podcast element of the show that we talked about didn't really make it in, and that's why SmackDown exists.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, so for like whole entire stuff, yeah, like I remember when for YRC Raw we almost had some alumni from the original YRC came in. It was Drewy. Let's talk about Drewy's reactions. Like he did reaction videos. Like I first discovered Drewy from BSL.
Me too.
Yep, I first discovered Drewy from the YRC. Like, I saw him in a couple live streams Jodan had, and he seemed like a cool guy. And a bald guy.
Yeah, the thing with Drewy is like he did reactions for like a while from 2014 until 2015, but after that he just went and nagged him, just went and joined YRC livestream stuff. But in 2017 he just deleted all of his videos, all his reactions.
Oh.
Now, from what I know, is that the community that we have is very vast. And
Yeah.
sure, we've had some brief members. Like, technically, Cam had joined us for 2 months or so.
Yeah, Camden. Well, the thing with Camden, he was pretty much a popular pooper who was known for known for collaborating with Jalabro in that one poop.
Yeah, so yeah, he didn't really fit the reaction community well, and that led to our newest and final member for now, Nick. My in real life friend.
Nick is more of a Cactus Chris.
Yeah, the thing
character.
with Nick is that before the YRC and before Discord, he barely even used social media at all.
Yeah, like he only really watched YouTube for music. Like he would watch TV and he almost never watched YouTube unless I showed him something.
Yeah, like I used to be like, yeah, like I used to watch YouTube just for music, but I eventually walked out and discovered some interesting informational videos, and that's how I got into YouTube as a site.
So Nick has the rare quality of not being in tune with many YouTube videos, thus having great reactions. The thing about reactors is most of them have seen quite a bit of YouTube. This is why I couldn't be a solo reactor, because I watch YouTube on a daily basis. So anything popular that people would request me, I've probably already seen.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't have
So
any
yeah, speaking of people now present and gone, let's talk about Reactor, who is exclusively a Google Plus Reactor. It's kind of weird. What do you think of that Sele deal, decent, just Reactor being a Google Plus Reactor?
That is kind of dumb. Like, people were thinking that I was a YouTube reactor, mainly because at the time, apparently Google Plus and YouTube had the same username, so people thought I was a YouTube reactor on YouTube.
Yeah, and also for YTPs. Like, he kept that name for YTPs. Like,
And the thing is, I'm gonna say in recent times, Reactor has been somewhat, unreliable.
Not just unreliable, he's been a straight-up doomer. Like, he was suicidal multiple times.
Just like Ace became at the end.
Yep.
That's the fate of a lot of our members. They became doomers.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I wasn't Dan one to an extent a little bit.
Yes, that actually happened because Dan left in terms of just feeling stressed and all. Like, apparently, was that what Dan told you, decent, in that message?
Yeah, Dan was just kinda tired of, basically, you know, showing up to the YRC as like a drop. Like, he was tired of, you know, showing up to the YRC and not really enjoying anything. So he just kinda left. Although he still wants to be a viewer. Apparently.
Yeah.
So I kinda have to remind him, hey, the YRC still exists. Like, whenever Dan posts, he's like, ooh, I didn't mean I wanted to leave the YRC, I just wanted to be a viewer. So I have to kinda give him all the links, or her all the links right now.
The thing about
Yeah, like, honestly, I didn't want to chase her off, but I feel like I might chase her off if she ends up watching some of the shit I said.
Oh.
the thing, and now we have to talk about one of the biggest. There are two big things that we have to talk about. We have to talk about something infamous and something tragic.
Oh, hold on. First of all, let's talk about Dave Does Stuff.
Yeah, Dave's
Before
the
we talk about-
Stuff. Like, Dave's the Stuff was one of the more prominent members of the YRC in the early days, I believe.
He was also a reactor as well. Just like me in my early days, he just did reactions via a screen recorder on his phone, but it still gave us some quality comedy gold. But like, he actually improved better when he just did an edit and software. But like on 2017, he just deleted all his reaction videos. Then Reactor appeared on his stream, and you know what? You know, the rest was history. You know what he said.
Reaction videos are cancerous.
Yeah.
Is that
Starting
Dave?
Yeah, Dave.
Yeah, Dave.
Yeah, and the thing.
Fucking Dave.
Well, he later
Yay!
he reversed his decision of him opposing reactions. Like, he did a video saying what's up to the YRC when he did a video with Drewy. in 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we still never saw him again.
Yeah.
Now we have to talk about an infamous figure that once attacked the YRC.
Do we have to?
Yeah,
Oh, dear.
because he is, he's still lurking the internet to some extent, as we can
On in
see
Discord.
from Discord, so I don't think we should enable him any further.
Well, the only good thing about it, we destroyed him.
Power.
Yeah, I wanted to destroy this person in Survivor Series.
Yeah, because the thing with this person is that he got weaker and weaker as time went on, although he was persistent.
Yeah, because Google's new, because of Google's new, you know.
System of phone verification.
Yeah.
Yeah. well,
Yeah. And if he ever came back, he'd be even weaker because I could just set up moderated games in Pack 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
thing about
But he's not like now that person's not really of a threat no more.
Yeah.
I like to
But
go.
anyway,
I have a quote- I have
like
a
there are some conspiracy theories about who and what he is, but we'll save that for another day.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right, Dix.
Okay, there's one other person we have to talk about. Probably one of the best reactors of all time. Abraham fucking Folks.
Ah, yes, my favorite reactor of all time, Abraham Folks.
What about first of all? Yeah. Before we talk, oh yeah. Well, also, what about JD Reacts?
We're gonna
Jay-
talk about him after.
We're gonna talk about him later. Alright, so Abraham Folks, like, he was mainly known for Caillou reactions, and he reacts to it, like, as if it's happening in real life. Which makes his reactions all the better.
Yeah, he took it seriously.
Yeah,
He took it seriously. Like, well, unlike BSO being, you know,
Chill.
like, you know, yeah, he
That's
took
why-
what like what's it called? Abraham Folks took it like in super sensitivity as it was a real thing.
Yeah, and that's what made his videos stupid funny.
Yeah, and the sad part is that the way he got kicked off. Like, I think he had 68 episodes of his show.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he just stopped uploading. And then next thing you know, that like a few months or probably a year later, his channel was just gone.
Yeah, mainly because he was having issues with, like, his family or something.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about what that could happen. Like, could it be like, oh, his family wanted to force him to take down his YouTube channel?
I remember his birthday was on his birthday was on September 9th. And he was born, yeah, he's like the same age as M-Page.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so like he did like in his reactions, like he did reactions on his freshman year of college of 2014, and he actually did videos in the dorm. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was very cool to see, although he did move out eventually.
Yeah, he moved back to his parents' place, but later after that he just, I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if he just dropped out of college or I don't know.
You know what I would,
Yeah.
you know what I would think, you know what I would like? Imagine if like sometime in the near to distant future, like a new channel with that name pops up and it's him coming back. That would be the greatest moment in YRC
Do we not?
history.
Oh wait, Abraham Folks? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, like, and I just found his
my mind
Twitter
went
accounts, and guess what? He's regularly posting on Twitter again.
Oh, that's a sign.
That could be a sign that
Well-
he could come back.
Well, I consider M-Page kind of like Abraham Folks because when it comes to pony stuff, he gets all sensitive and poops.
Yeah, like, M-Page is the closest active
Like, it
analog
ain't, like,
to Abraham
sensitive,
Folks.
it's like,
Go ahead, M-Page.
I mean, I like pony stuff. I like pony stuff still. It's just like I'm trying to like. I'm trying to like. It just gives me an automatic cringe response because like I have to be ready and willing to experience ponies. It was just randomly sprung up on me. It's
That's
like,
that's
why?
the great
Why
that's
do
the
you?
great part.
Why do you insist
the-
on making fun of me?
That's the great part of you because you give that Abraham Folks vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, yeah, it's kind, yeah, like you're kind of like Abraham Folks. You're like the same age as Abraham Folks.
yeah, age is the number these days.
Yeah. So let's talk about the so-called the next Abraham Folks, like this incarnation Abraham Folks. JD reacts.
JD reacts like the most recent, mainstream-ish reactor to react to YouTube poops, and I was introduced to him via Tix, and apparently the people in the server are dicks. Once I joined the server, I mentioned, someone mentioned to me, hey, are you a friend of Dan11 Reacts? I was like, oh crap, like, the people that must have left the YRC are probably here now, so I talked about it, and apparently my whole conversation was deleted, and when I tried to join that server again, I was banned.
Damn.
Wow, what the hell happened?
I have no idea. Maybe Dan has a terrible reputation there or something? Or maybe, hell, the YRC has a terrible reputation.
What server was it again?
The
JD React server.
So,
Was that the Jodan thing?
No, not really. This was the JD Reacts thing. Where JD was another reactor, and I joined a server, and I talked about the server, about Dan, and all of a sudden my entire conversation was deleted, and I was banned.
yeah, they banned me on the spot. I didn't even say anything.
Yeah.
I remember,
I was just
I
trying to
remember
seek
we
out new
tried to get into
reactors.
one server that initially didn't let us stay because we didn't link our YouTubes, but then we did link our YouTubes. They let us stay, but then we got banned because we didn't agree with their shit.
Oh.
Like Jodan pitched it to us at the time. I forgot what the name of the server was, and it's a good thing too because privacy policy.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of people there, I remember Cartoon Master 1987 was there. He also did reactions. Who's now known as Brandon, whatever his name is now. But he did reactions too.
I remember I did a YTP tree once on this guy named the Fiery Joker. I don't know who that
Yeah. Speaking of Cartoon Master, I did a poop on him because he asked nicely about it, and like, yeah. But apart from Cartoon Master, like, there's some other unknown reactors that we also have, but they're still active. Like, the guy that was known as Robbie Rotten, he's now known as Benjamin Goodman.
Yeah, I actually saw some of his comments on BSL's newest videos.
What do you think?
Yeah, it's pretty cool because it indicates that they're still into reaction videos, and I believe that I can, convince them to come back to the YRC in some way. I'm thinking about just, as a test, putting Trey Foster into DMs.
Trey Foster. Oh yeah, I remember Trey Foster. He also did reactions too. He's also one of the OGs that's still part of the YRC.
Yeah, although he never really joins anything and just sees the YRC as a memory because he was never in any of the DMs and he's mainly interacts within, the YRC Discord edition, the main server. And he never interacts in the DLC at all, although he's in there. He's probably pissed off about the YRC role rules or something.
Yeah, well, also, there's Uber Lucario that's still there, too.
Yeah, I can't wait until I make, a Reddit for the YRC, just so we can reunite the group and re-strifing it, I guess.
Yeah, you know who Uber Lucario is, decent.
I vaguely know. Who...
I just wish I could find us new members that don't hate our guts. Because I remember back in my old group, I was the one responsible of bringing everyone together. They would not have known who everyone was if it wasn't for me.
Damn.
Which I'm going to talk about next week.
Oh boy.
Yeah, next week we're going to have another Tix episode. Man, we should have title card colors for that type of stuff.
What type of title card type colors for what?
Like if there's an episode that's like going to be more focused on a certain person, like that would be like we could color the SmackDown title card differently.
Yeah,
That
could
would
work.
actually be, yeah, like honestly, like if like for instance, next episodes instead of blue it could be orange for ticks.
Yeah, but here's the thing,
Hey,
though.
orange. Hey, you should yellow. Orange is fine.
Yeah, oh yeah, or yellow for ticks or orange for MP.
Yeah, like, but it would kind of mess with the branding if we changed the title card. Like, it would mess with the
Yeah.
branding.
It was just a thought. It's just a thought does not
Right.
mean an act.
Like, if we
Imagine
change the
once a
title,
month
if we change the
take one
title,
of our-
go ahead, M-Page.
Imagine like once a month we just like pick a day that we're not doing anything, and then pick a random person, and then call it the whatever their name is show, and then they just do it, and then we just do whatever they want, I guess.
Alright, so, but here's the thing, though. If title cards of either Raw or SmackDown are going to be changed, the color's not going to be changed. Like, I would have, like, Snowflake Livery or something.
Yeah, the only reason I mentioned that at all is because like some TV shows have done it. I remember the Powerpuff Reboot did it. Like sometimes they would have different title cards for different character-centric episodes. And we are once
Yeah,
again.
but sometimes we don't know what an episode is gonna be character centric because we are doing everything live.
Yeah.
It's like we thought. It's like today we thought this episode would be reactor centric, but no, it's freaking YRC centric.
Yeah. I think we pretty much run this conversation into the ground at this point.
Yeah. Like,
I think
I already gave all my major opinions.
I'm opinioned out. I'm afraid if we say anything else, we're gonna regret something we say.
Yeah. So, does Tonyo have anything else to say?
You act like we haven't already.
Let's get ready
reaction
to react on
videos,
Monday.
Love them, respect them.
Alright, let's get ready for Monday. Discord plays Pokemon Platinum.
Or regular platinum. And then next SmackDown, we're taking a trip back to my old community.
The plush community.
Reaction.
Yeah.
In conclusion, for this episode, reaction videos, love them, respect them. They're about as close so you can get to a window of the eye of your audience.
Exactly.
Yep. So, we just talked about what we're gonna do next week, and also, too, there's Backlash for May 1st. On the pay-per-view side of things.